This is the intro song.
The intro song, y'all.
Free game podcast. Oh shit, not podcast. Free game show. Yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell y'all,
more than that.
we're not a podcast anymore.
4-dimensional,
because
5-dimensional.
Dash Radio is not podcast content.
Ooh.
Free game show.
Radio show.
Free game show.
We're already breaking the rules.
Free game show.
Yeah.
Live from Los Angeles. Seez in the building.
Yeah.
Ochoa in the building.
Yeah.
Ezra in the building. I'm your host, Smiles. Keyel not in the building today. He's on tour with Boogie. Give it up for Keyel.
Yeah.
Give it up for Keyel one
Boogie
time.
Man.
Keyel killing it. How's everyone doing today?
Lit.
Nitroed out. Let's go.
Yeah, same. I just drank a 16-ounce Red Bull. Like, just shotgunned
Full
it.
throttle, baby.
Yeah.
Charlie's Angels 2.
These fools.
Charlie's Angels.
These fools. So we're doing a shorter segment today.
I'm with
Basically, just because we fucked up.
Yeah. You know who fucked up?
Who?
All those fools at Coachella that were getting down.
That
breakout.
Come on,
The breakout hit.
That's how we're starting it out.
We don't start it out with the herpes.
I'm just saying.
We're gonna start the show
I'm
with
just
the
saying.
herpes.
I already saw the merch coming out and shit, and I'm like,
There's
yo,
merch.
it's genius. It's
There's
genius.
herpes merch.
Yep.
There's herpes
Oh
merch.
I went to
my
Coachella and I
God.
just got herpes.
There it is.
Oh my! Hey, you're nasty if you having unprotected sex at Coachella.
Yeah, man.
You
You're different kind of wild.
deserve
You're different
herpes.
kind of
That's
wild.
nasty.
Desert dick.
Nasty.
We're talking about like lip herpes, right? No
don't
one
know.
got genital herpes.
I don't know. But
I don't
either way,
know.
it's fucked.
That's crazy.
Either way, it's
That'd be
fucked.
crazy.
I generally just read headlines and form
Yeah.
an assumption off of that. I don't
And that's-
actually read the article.
Yo. If you're having sex at Coachella,
That's
that's
where outrage.
gnarly. Even if you have a
either
girlfriend.
of you have had sex at
Yes.
Coachella?
I've seen
Yes.
it, and I've seen fools that were gonna get down, like it was about to happen.
Nasty.
I had
Nasty.
sex at Coachella,
Terrible.
but it
Was
was
it
like,
nasty?
It was terrible. It was morning, sweaty, like 6 a.m. The sun's up, sex, and it's just like, I guess we should smash.
You're
and
terrible,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I've done worse, but
I just know how
Lava.
like you sweat and then you get this layer of dirt
Yeah.
like covering your
yeah, it's
whole
terrible,
body.
man. It's
Shameful.
terrible.
Disgusting.
Shameful.
By day 3, like even if you've showered, you literally are disgusted. Like you feel internally and externally just like a stinky ass.
Not to
turd
mention the
roaming
drugs, too.
Exactly. That's the majority of the reason why.
Cracked out.
So did you eat the sweaty desert box?
No, it was sad sex.
Don't
it
lie.
was like sad, like morning, like sad, like defeated, like the sun's up.
Sex.
You know, like
Sad
it wasn't like drugged out,
And
like
this-
oh my god, this is our lives. We're living the top of our lives. It was like some like
This is why Alex is single. Sad
Yeah.
sex.
That's one of the reasons for sure.
You be swinging the dirty desert
SS.
dick.
My boy SS.
sad sex.
Sad sex.
Get that?
There you go.
No. That's not. No.
Yeah,
Just
we
at
don't support-
Coachella.
We do not support.
So you were down for sad sex in the desert, but not for last night. For everyone listening,
Bootleg
last night,
Stifler's mom.
Last night, Ben brought us to the craziest
No,
bar
don't blame
ever.
me. Don't blame me. Do not blame me.
Tell the
What you
whole
guys
story,
do?
though.
You industry fools are always
Tell
doing
the
some
whole
wild
story.
shit.
Tell them where we went.
It was a super industry night, low
Bro,
key.
they like checked us in like we were
Despicable,
going
man.
to like on a flight. They like looked at our IDs and like looked on the computer, and then they like it was like a club that was basically like a whole apartment, but
Yeah.
every level was a different club, and it was on some crazy like you would
Some-
walk past
some
it, you'd
secret
never know.
society
Yeah, it was
shit.
secret
Yeah.
society
Yeah.
shit. It was crazy.
Nah, so one of my white friends, shout out Brandon, love Brandon, always on the secret society tip. Always a part of some crazy shit.
You probably shouldn't
Some-
be exposing them then.
Nah, you had
Whatever.
to have
That's
like a
what we
black
do
card
here
to
on
buy
this
a drink.
podcast. Free game expose these motherfuckers. That's what we do.
No, so this fool, it's a dope spot. It's in Hollywood. He's invited me out a couple times, but we went, me, Ochoa, and Spencer went last night. Anytime the dude checks my ID at the door and then calls me by name, I'm already sussed out. You know? So it's like,
Here you go, Ben.
Yeah, you check in. He's like, hello, Benjamin.
Yeah, you know what they're doing already? They're like memorizing like.
I got you. I
Yeah,
remember you,
so
yeah.
if we cause
New
a
victim.
ruckus, they're going to like come get us.
Yeah.
Sus. Not tight.
New victim.
But we go in there, and it's just all like rich old white people. You know what I mean? Like just
To the 10th degree.
Just like the people who don't live on planet Earth anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those type of people. And Ochoa goes to the bar and some lady just comes up and taps him. First off, only white ladies have the audacity to just be tapping on strangers' shoulders.
And it's happened to me at Target, like a old white lady. I regret not executing it, but anyways, continue.
So she I'm at the bar waiting for a drink. She taps me on the back, and I turn around and I look down at her, and she slurs her words like, "Ladies first," and I'm like, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" And she's like, "Ladies first." And I just laughed and I turned away from her like, "Ha, no, whatever." So the bartender comes and he asks Spencer "What do you want?" Spencer orders both of our drinks, and then she taps me on the back again and it's like, "What? What happened?" And I was like, "He asked her, I'm sorry." And I turned around, but for the rest of the night, I walked away. She was just full blown turned around in her chair staring at me. Just staring.
First off, she looked like Stifler's mom mixed with Miss Piggy. Not even to be disrespectful. That's just what she looked like. That's what she looked like. Like Stifler's mom, but her face was all smushed. It looked like a dinosaur sat on her. And then she literally.
You were going to be your next sacrifice,
Yo,
dog.
she was just at the bar. We're standing up to the side. She's just like this the whole time.
Literally turned around.
And you would make eye contact with her all awkward and turn away and it wouldn't phase her.
No,
she would just
staring.
still be staring at you and you're
Xannies. Don't do Xanax.
Zanned out.
Don't
Zanned
do Xanax.
out.
Something.
On some crazy
I'm getting
shit.
anxiety just thinking of what she looks like and shit.
But then Spencer and Ochoa were debating for hella long if one of them was going to take it down for the bag.
Because that's the thing. That's the thing. I talk a lot of shit and I feel like a lot of people talk a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I can, I don't know. Should I go try and see what's up with this rich old white lady? And I did. So I walked over to her. So I walk back over and I get another drink and I'm like, "What are you drinking?" And we just start talking, whatever. And she goes, "The music's really good here," because they had a live band, really dope band actually. And I'm like, "Yeah, it's really good." And she's like, "I feel so bad for your generation. Do you like Beyonce?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like Beyonce. You don't like Beyonce?" And she was like, "No, I don't like Beyonce at all. I bet you like Justin Bieber." And I'm like, "No, I'm not that young."
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
She was trying to compare Bowie to Justin Bieber.
She was like, I don't even, Bowie? Justin Bieber. And I was like, "Yeah, they're pretty incomparable." She's like, "I just feel bad. Your generation's trash or your generation's music is just shit." And I was like,
Just on some crazy.
I have fun making it.
Yeah.
And after I said I had
Crazy
fun making it, I just said my name and walked away. I was like, "Nice to meet you. I'm Alex." Blah blah.
Basically, Alex
taking your
talked
soul, man.
Alex talked a big talk and he wasn't with it.
Yeah.
I wasn't
He
with
talked
it.
a big talk.
I
You weren't
couldn't put
drinking
up with
enough,
it.
too.
and he
I
wasn't
drinking
with it.
enough.
He wasn't with it. Man, I would have clowned you forever if that's what you left with though. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Cool with that.
There are certain things that are not
You
worth.
get the 72-hour roast, man, for that. If you were to execute.
I mean, it depends. What's the level of payout you need for
the sugar baby situation?
for the three, for the hard three? You know,
For it. Nothing. There was no. I was in that moment and there was nothing.
A pad in the Hollywood Hills,
what
just
would
go
it
to their
take
pad.
for you to consistently smash a three? What are you needing?
First off, she was a 3 in personality as well too, which was fucking, which also
worse.
matters because
That
Which
bumps you
definitely
down to the
matters.
negative.
Definitely
That's why I
matters.
walked
Bumps you
away.
down to the
Definitely,
negatives.
yeah.
'Cause
Definitely
honestly,
matters
that was the defining factor.
with
I
the
was-
personality.
When she started saying your music,
Ochoa has no problem with threes as long as they got a
Yeah,
good
that's true.
personality.
6 personality, 3 on looks. That's a 9.
for the finesse, for the finesse, for the finesse, for the finesse.
Oh shit.
But yeah, nah, she was just awful. As soon as she was like, "Your music is shit, your generation's shit," it was like, I'm not even gonna pretend. I can't pretend.
I don't know what it would take because it's like
Like a pair of off-white shoes.
Yeah,
like
'cause
some
it-
sick.
but then it's like,
Not even
okay,
for the
cool. Now
off-whites.
every time you wear those shoes, all you could think about is
No, I wouldn't think about
You'll
that.
be feeling off-white,
I'd be thinking about how lit I look, but but
like I need her to pay my rent for like 6 months.
That'll be sick.
nah, that's not what's gonna happen. Nah, it's not worth it. It's just like free food probably.
Really,
free
that's
food
it,
or like
huh?
a good night,
Or
like your drinks.
You know, she's probably not really home if she's got a pad. Like I said, if she has a pad at the Hollywood Hills.
Man, how do
That'd
the
be sick.
girls do it? Girls get so much
Guys
shit.
are way dumber though.
Yeah.
That's the
Girls,
thing.
girls
Guys
are able
way
to finesse
dumber.
so much shit.
And I truly believe when most of them say that they don't even have to touch the fool. You know what I'm
They
saying?
don't. I really
No.
think they
I believe-
don't.
I
That's how
believe-
pathetic our gender is, bro.
Some
That's how
fools just
pathetic our
want-
shit is.
Girls
have-
could not even give it up and get flights all over the
Yeah.
world, rent paid, shopping sprees. Where it's like if you're going after a MILF as a man, you gotta take her down, and you probably just getting like a couple beers. Like,
Couple beers.
I'll probably get a new whip out of it.
no
this was
way,
a new
no way.
I would invest in the catastrophic cougar.
You
Well,
think
no
you think a
way.
cougar is you think your dick's that good? She's getting you a whip.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Getting you a Ford Fiesta.
That's a whip. That's a whip. That's a whip.
Getting you a smart car.
Fiesta,
you getting
Fiesta.
the,
That's
you
a
getting
whip.
the '98 Corolla with
I don't care.
100,000 miles on it.
I don't. A whip is a whip.
Oh,
That's
shit.
so funny.
Point A to point B.
my
I mean, I have
God.
anything. A second whip. I mean, I already have my Civic. I'm already running it to the ground, so I'll take another one.
Oh man, 10 minutes and we've covered Cuchicella and Cougars.
Yeah.
This is how today's going.
This
I
is
know.
terrible.
You real talk wrote Cuchicella. Just for everyone who might be
so
listening.
you were gonna bring it up though. You were gonna bring
Cuchicella.
it up.
I was gonna bring up Cuchicella, but I had other topics. You know, we were
Yeah.
gonna get
Hey,
into
but real
the
talk,
meat and then
what was-
get into
what was the-
Cuchicella later.
The party yesterday was just a party, or was
Yeah.
there like
No,
like
bro,
an
it
artist?
wasn't. That's the crazy thing. It wasn't even a party. It's just like what these people do on a Thursday night.
It's like
shit.
a lounge.
It like wasn't even a party or an event. It was on some just like
It's like a country club kind of thing.
it's a LA country club.
Yeah, like a club, country club.
yeah.
But like
For just like
Yeah.
white people with money who are from the city
you
who
had
don't
to
play
have
golf.
like a membership card to buy a drink. Like they had to swipe your like Costco. Like
Crazy. I paid $5.68 for a Coca-Cola.
As-
For a small ass little thing of Coca-Cola. I was hot.
You should be mad at yourself.
lean over to the MILF. Hey,
Hey, you got this? You got this?
Yo.
Oh shit. All
That's
right. Well, let's
crazy.
fucking talk about some real shit.
Yeah.
Cuchicella and Cougars. Damn, that Cuchicella thing is nasty though. If,
Yeah, no, 100%.
if that many people were getting down in the dirty ass desert tents, sick.
I mean, I'm not surprised by it.
Sick.
I've
So
been to
how-
Coachella 2
Sick.
times, and there's a lot of people there.
How would they
A lot
know
of
who
horny
got
young
who
people.
volunteered to tell that they got herpes?
No, I saw that it's like a herpes hotline. Saw an increase it was something crazy.
Oh,
They went from like they averaged, I think it was like 5 calls. They got like 500 or
There you
something
go.
crazy.
there's a herpes hotline.
It's always bumping.
It's.
Did I tell you?
Someone said it's always
Did I
bumping.
tell you guys about the time I almost got herpes?
Nah.
I
Don't
Really
we
gonna
all
air that
tell
out
you?
right now? Oh,
Air it out. Air it out.
don't.
No,
It
not all.
happens.
Well, not
Air it out.
not all.
Talk about it.
It wasn't almost got herpes. It was I got a situation that I thought potentially was herpes, but then it ended up
Air it out.
It was an allergic reaction from a mango.
What? A CBD mango.
No,
A
just
CBD
a
mango.
regular
I don't
mango.
know. This fool just looks like
Just
he eats
a
CBD
mango.
mangoes.
No, just a mango. So I had a situation. I was freaking out. I tried a bunch of different creams, powders, all sorts of stuff. Nothing was working.
Yeah.
I start Googling all over the internet looking for just
Well, you're just tripping on your lip or what?
it was the full
He's
on.
He's
At
talking
what?
about his dick. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's talking about his
yeah.
dick. Because
Yeah.
lip herpes is normal, everyone. No shame about that. There's no shame about that. 90% of us have it. Go get Blistex
Word of
chap
mouth.
cream.
Word of mouth.
Chapstick.
This fool.
It's normal.
Don't,
Let's not
don't drink
shame.
out of my drink.
Word of-
Don't
yeah,
drink out of
not
my
sharing
drink.
drinks. Word of mouth. But yeah.
Word of mouth.
No, so I had a little situation. I tried a bunch of creams. Nothing's working. And I was like, oh my God, like this can't be real. This cannot be real. And then I start looking on the internet. I'm like Googling the symptoms, and like all these people are like, yeah, I had this for a couple weeks, nothing worked. I had herpes. I'm like, oh my God, I have Like, I'm freaking
Those are
out.
wild.
I'm freaking out for like
Yeah.
multiple days. I'm like walking around with this black cloud, just like I'm scarred forever. Like
Yeah.
crazy. I'm in a Reddit forum. I find
I'm in a Reddit forum.
I find some comment way at the bottom from some dude a bunch of years ago, and he's like, yo, I thought I had herpes. I went to the doctor. They tested me. It came back negative. So I didn't know what it was. The rash didn't go away. And then someone told me that mangoes, the skin of mangoes contain the same poison as poison ivy, but just a super small amount. But if you happen to be highly allergic to it, it'll cause you to break out. And so it was the mangoes causing his breakout. He stopped fucking with mangoes, and the shit went away. So I had literally just bought a bunch of mangoes like 2 days before.
Yeah.
Threw them away. The shit went away within like a week. Went and got tested. Was fine. Like,
Wow. That's a
Goddamn
crazy
mangoes.
story.
mango
Honestly,
skins.
Shout out to technology and the internet for
Right?
for that reveal.
curing
Could
my
you-
herpes.
Could you imagine just like could you imagine just having that situation, not having the internet?
Oh.
Just like being completely like, I guess my dick's done.
Well, there
Like,
were people
no help.
there were people in the comments who were like, I was taking the herpes medication, it didn't work. Like it
Yeah.
ended up being the skin of mangoes, blah 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 blah. Like crazy. Because
Wow.
I spend like the first 2 hours of my day naked every morning, you know? So I would like get out of the
Yo,
shower,
Cass, dude.
like cook breakfast, make coffee, and so like I'm cutting mangoes or whatever and then touching my junk, and it was like just breakout.
Yo,
keep mango juice away from your
Yeah,
junk, guys.
don't, whatever you do, don't put mangoes on your dick. Keep mangoes far away from your dick. All right, we need to talk about
yeah,
some
this shit
real-
is right now.
Whoa.
This is what happens. Hey,
Keel's gone
Keyel, you see what
lower
happens
and
when we're
lower.
not here?
I knew this was what was gonna happen.
The key's gone.
The key is
The
gone.
key's gone.
Key, this is what happens when you're not here.
The
We just
door's
talk
wide
about
open.
Coochie-chella
Wind's
and,
coming in.
and
Shit is
mango
getting fucked up
herpes.
out here,
Like,
man.
we need you. You're our center of gravity.
Yeah.
You keep us, especially free game.
Keep it classy.
The whole point of this podcast is called the Free Game Podcast. We're supposed to be talking about
We
shit
gave
that's
a lot of game.
We're supposed to talk
We've
about
already
shit that's
given a lot.
enriching for people's lives. We're
This
just
is more free glitch. Like
We're
shit's
enriching,
glitching
bro.
right now.
We're enriching.
I
We
mean,
just gave the reality of the sugar baby situation.
true
Because that's a real thing.
True.
I was not down. I was staring in the face of a sugar mama, and I was like, I can't.
all
This
the
isn't
people
worth it.
who like think they're down
Yeah,
and not really
nah,
with it. Yeah,
not really.
I
no.
feel you.
Because it's whack. It's weird.
And anyone who thinks they have herpes but have just been, fucking mangoes,
That's
now
a-
they know.
That's a grip of game right there. Free game.
That's free game. Free game podcast.
Bars.
Free game
CBD
podcast.
mangoes.
Or not
Bars.
podcast. Free game show. Shit. Free game show. Damn, they really gonna shut our shit
We'll bleep
down.
it down in post.
Free game
bleep it
show.
What
Dash
else we got?
radio.
What else you got?
Nah, so did anyone
else?
listen to the Schoolboy?
Yeah, I was bumping on the
little
way
bit.
over here.
That's what,
little bit.
because that with free game, the whole point of this show is free game show. Talk about our experiences in the music industry and hopefully shed light. And this is a podcast where I'm not trying to talk to the investment banker in Milwaukee. You know what I mean? Like
Fuck that fool.
it's
I'm just kidding.
unless
I'm
you're
just
trying
kidding.
to invest.
Unless you're trying to invest.
Nah, but this podcast is for like a specific group of people. We want to speak to creatives and specifically creatives on the West Coast. And hopefully give them game and insight and inspiration so they can go create and change the world. You know what I mean? Because we've all had our experiences with the major labels or with businesses or with investors or musicians or artists, whatever it may be. So it's just a way we can kind of share the knowledge and experience of we've had, as well as shine light on like dope West Coast shit. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Bars.
But yeah. So did anyone listen to the Schoolboy shit?
I did. I was bumping
I
there on the
did.
way over here.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'm not gonna have any opinions yet. I need to listen to it a couple more times.
What'd
But
you think?
right now, it's cool.
Yeah. It's too early to say a little bit for me because there's a lot of songs, but the Ty Dolla $ign song,
Yeah, that song slaps.
amazing. That one's amazing. That one's really good. Chopsticks was like, it was kind of all right. I didn't know.
Now, what's the first song on it called?
Num Num Ju- or the first song?
The very first one.
Gang Gang.
Gang,
That shit's hard.
Gang.
That
That
shit's
shit
hard.
is.
No, it's gonna be hard. I
Yeah,
already know it's gonna be
yo.
hard. I just need like more reasons
Yeah, I
to
don't
say
want
why
to
it's
jump out
hard.
the gate though and be like, that shit is.
The Ty Dolla $ign song is
Yo,
fucking
this-
tough.
Fast forward.
Free game.
Yo, this shit is stupid.
Yo. Schoolboy always has the darkest and like dopest synth leads. Like that shit just sounds like, I don't even, like some graveyard shit.
No,
One and the
that
same.
shit is hard.
Oh, man.
That shit is hard because
Yeah.
I didn't like the.
Num Num Juice?
Yeah, I didn't like Num Num Juice
Yeah.
really.
It slapped. It was a certified slapper, dog.
It was just like
No,
definitely the
I
most
didn't-
appealing song.
No, I didn't like the one with Travis Scott.
No, Chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Yeah,
I didn't like
yeah, that one
Chopsticks.
was-
Yeah.
It didn't really catch my
I didn't like
attention.
Chopsticks, and I didn't like the one after that, Crash. I think it was just called Crash or
Oh,
Crash
yeah,
Shot.
yeah.
I didn't
He
like
probably couldn't give away all the bangers like just right away.
because Num Num Juice was cool. It was like just
Yeah.
whatever.
It was like a pop trap song.
Yeah,
It was
but I
just-
didn't like the next two. But the first record, this shit is hard.
Yeah. How many songs are on there?
I don't know, like 13 something.
Yeah.
But I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. But just what we were listening to last
Yeah.
night.
Now I listened to the Kid Cudi one. I listen to all the features and stuff. I don't know if you guys do that, but I always just jump to the features and shit. But fucking the Kid Cudi song, fire.
He had a feature on like one of the last joints on the album. Who was it?
Oh, I don't know. I forget. The features are really good though. The Ty Dolla $ign one is crazy though.
It's Ty Dolla $ign in Black, right?
It's,
No, Ty Dolla $ign and fucking
Oh, and YG,
yeah.
West Coast.
That shit was hard as fuck. Ty Dolla $ign.
What? Oh, Lil Baby. That's the one I listened to. Yeah,
Oh.
Lil Baby. The Lil
I didn't
Baby.
listen to that one yet.
Lil Baby and yeah, just Lil Baby. I think it's called Water.
Okay,
It's cool. It's
Yeah.
like
So far, it's cool.
it's cool.
it's hard. Did you
Fucking
guys see that
jump to
video where he's talking about J. Cole and the machines, the streaming
Yeah.
machines?
Yeah.
Dang.
Damn.
Fucking Schoolboy. But with that in mind, I was kind of like, that's why I like listened to the features and shit. Because I was like, okay, which one is going to be the number one? Like, what was he trying to do as his that part for this album?
Yeah.
And
Gotcha, yeah.
what was he trying to do? I think the Ty Dolla $ign's probably like going to be
That's probably gonna
his
be the
closest one to be the
yeah.
that part.
Well, did you see the thing? I saw like a Instagram clip where he was saying how he had like 2 albums that he threw away because Kendrick came in and was like, "Nah, that ain't it." Like,
Really?
yeah, like
I'd listen to Kendrick,
these ain't
too.
it. And
Yeah.
nah, and it got me thinking like of how important it is to have those people around you. You know,
for
like the
sure.
people who tell you your shit is trash. You know,
Sure, yeah.
and I feel like a lot of the times,
But
like,
not to be bullies, to be like, yo, just be,
nah, your
do
home.
better.
It's got to be your homie.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
it's
They
someone
want you to win.
yeah, if it's someone you don't know or you don't trust, like,
We need more. We need
who
more
cares?
of that energy.
Yeah, who
always
cares
in
what
life.
someone you don't respect says?
For
but like,
sure.
Yeah.
one of your homies comes in and is like, "Hey, I don't think that's it."
This ain't
Like,
it, yeah.
They
I
don't
think-
want to see you flop.
yeah, and I just think that's such an important role that doesn't necessarily get appreciated
Yeah.
because sometimes that is your producer, sometimes that is your manager, but a lot of the times that's just like your homies
homie,
who are in the studio who
Yeah.
have nothing to do with the music and they're just like, "Nah, that ain't it," you know?
No, yeah.
And
I'm for sure that dude.
Yeah.
this guy,
I'm for sure that dude.
He's for sure that dude. For me, I could say that for me.
he tells you when your shit whack.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Even when I don't ask. Even when I don't ask.
That is not a lie.
That's not a lie.
But hey, you do a good job at providing. Even when your shit is weak, it's still better than. It's still better than. It's not the worst.
Hey,
need
what's
that.
what's
You
the
need that.
wackest song Ocho has done?
Dude, I'm not gonna. I mean,
With like a prominent artist, like with one of the things we could.
damn, I don't want to start any conflict right now. And also, off top, I can't really think of anything right now. But
No, I don't.
there's certain there's certain
already
certain artists
knows, yeah.
that he's brought in like back in the garage days where I was like,
Who? Let's
Yo.
air them out.
I don't know their names, but just like random
I
little
already know who
foods.
you're
You know what I'm talking about?
I already know who
Yeah.
you're talking about.
I mean,
I'm a supporter of the community.
the beats are always tight though. It's just some of the rappers that come in are just like,
yeah,
oh,
I was,
That's
looking for
hilarious.
clay to mold.
yeah. I can't hate on him for that.
Giving back to the community.
Giving back to the community. Oh,
Nah,
man.
I
Shout
will
out my
s-
little homies.
I will say, like, the Schoolboy shit dropped, and this morning I was like listening to it again, and I went on Spotify to go see like what else had dropped, and there was like no West Coast anything, no West Coast singers, no West Coast rapper, like there was no West Coast artist that had dropped.
I mean,
for today or for this
For
week?
just
recently?
recent. It was
Yeah.
like I was literally scrolling, and the like most recent one that I recognized was Boy Boy West Coast.
dude, he's got a. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought him back up because
Greedo dropped. Oh,
Not West
Greedo
Coast.
dropped.
Not West Coast.
Yeah, he is. He's from Watts.
Really?
Yeah, he's from Watts. Grape Street Watts.
Oh, shout out to
Greedo's West Coast is it? Yeah.
You know me. I don't listen to
03.
that.
No, I know.
don't listen.
But
to
03 Greedo, Purple Summer's out.
There you go.
Drop that right now. Go on.
Yo, but Boy Boy's got another banger coming out. I feel it.
that. No.
Yes.
No.
You don't think so?
Yes.
I think he's gonna get that Blueface feature, and even if it's not
He
a
is
banger,
not getting a Blueface feature.
I think he is.
I think he
I got
is.
money on it.
For those of you who don't know, Boy Boy West Coast, we talked about him last week. He's a kind of rapper, I guess. He's like an Instagram meme.
He's a rapper.
He's
but
a rapper.
He was an accidentally successful one.
Yeah, he popped off with like a meme. We played his record
sound in
here.
2019. So you
Yeah,
gotta
it sounds
love
like a
it.
2009 record. He's a fool.
It sounds like an
He's a
02
fool.
record.
Basically, there was a photo of him and Blueface at Coachella chopping it up, and now the internet is like, "Oh, Boy and Blueface, blah blah blah."
It might happen.
There's
It's
no
not-
way.
It's not. Out
There's
of the
no
question.
way. There's no.
Yeah.
Blueface is an idiot if he does a record with Boy.
No,
You're
yeah,
really
you're right.
shooting
You're
out
right.
here. You're really shooting out here using
No,
these
it's
bold
true.
words
Because
right now.
Blueface had that song with fucking what's that?
G-Eazy.
G-Eazy.
Yeah.
That's a big song.
And
Blueface is
'cause-
going up. Yeah, he's not going back down.
And Blueface, I feel like is, and I like Blueface, right? But I feel like Blueface is still fighting for people to take him serious. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So if Blueface goes and does a record with another artist that nobody's taking serious, it kind of cements Blueface as like, oh yeah, you the Tatiana one hit wonder. You know, like.
What's Boy West Coast numbers at right now? Let me
I
see
don't
how many.
know.
Let's see.
But nah, it just got me thinking like we need more of like the West Coast big guns to drop. You know, like when I'm still waiting on the Her album. You know,
Yeah.
we waiting on the new Kendrick album.
That one's gonna be crazy.
I've been waiting on the Reason album for. They've been telling Top's been saying it's gonna drop for a year since
Yeah.
they signed him. Like none of the
Oh, that one fool Jag dropped something. Did
Ja-
you see
that-
his video?
that-
shit
yeah.
was hard.
Shout
That
out
shit was hard as
Jag.
fuck.
shout out the whole team over there. That shit is hard.
You know, that
All
shit
his
was really
videos have
crazy.
been crazy too.
Yeah, he's
All-
really dope.
That was how they got it to crack was the Colin Kaepernick video where it's like it's a gun pointed to his head and just zooms out, which is crazy because the cops ended up pulling up to that. It was like a video
really?
shoot, yeah, and the police came like and arrested him just because they didn't know what was going on. But
That's crazy.
nah, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like the West Coast has been a little quiet. Like, I can't think of
No.
who's a prominent West Coast artist that's dropped this year.
Not YG. Did he?
Oh, YG dropped a record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not
YG dropped
stop
a record.
snitching.
Yeah.
I thought it was
Oh,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
corny, but
Did you see his video?
I did see the video.
He's taking that.
I think I just
He
think
made it serious.
it's. Don't get me wrong. I like the song. I just think it's a little. That fool's in jail like
Who's in jail?
6ix9ine.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're just beating a dead horse at
Yeah.
this point. You know, that's a
Yeah.
little. I don't know. That was a little corny to me, but
I feel yeah.
I love
slaps,
YG though. I
I'm
fuck
just-
with
Song
YG.
slaps.
I'm happy that 6ix9ine is getting his due fucking payback. Because real talk, that fool went unchecked all last year. All last year, 6ix9ine was running amok, unchecked. It was cool. I see what he was doing.
But
he did
how-
it for the vibe.
But how corny is that? Like, and not YG because YG was very vocal about how he felt about
Oh,
6ix9ine.
yeah, for sure, for
but how
sure.
corny! Nobody said nothing to 6ix9ine, and then now he's in prison, and everyone's got something to say. Like,
No, I feel
that's
like
whack.
I feel like people were trying to check him, but people checking him was what he wanted. It was feeding into the 6ix9ine
Yeah, he's a troll.
machine. But
He's
now
a
that
troll.
he can't turn it out and flip it, it's just like it's being cemented. I think that was whack, and nobody do that shit ever again.
You
Yeah, I
can't
feel-
you can't beat an internet troll. You know,
Can't.
anyone who's ever been on Twitter has
Unless
seen,
they're off the internet.
has seen some of the crazy shit the trolls say.
No, yeah, yeah.
You can't win. Like you
True,
could
true.
you could go back and forth. They just gonna troll their way to you getting mad. There's
Give them
no
more power.
there's no way to win.
Yo, I was thinking about this the other day. We have a term for trolls, people who just go around leaving hate and making people mad because it's fun. We don't have a term for people who go around leaving positivity just because it's fun. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
You ever think about
No one's got time for that.
No, but people got time for trolls. That's so funny. That's so funny. I'm faded all the time, so these are the thoughts that I have.
Yeah.
But real talk, that shit kind of like was crazy to me.
Just the anti-troll. What would you call an anti-troll?
That's what I was thinking about. Fucking, I don't know.
What's the opposite of a troll?
Like a fucking angel or like
An angel?
Like an
Ooh, I
angel.
like that.
That's real talk. What I was thinking, like
Just go comment real nice shit.
just genuine, sincere, nice shit
Man,
for the sake of making, because you think it's fun.
I've been trying to be an angel for mad long, commenting nice things and all these Instagram thoughts, pictures and comments. And no, I went underappreciated. So no, I'm done being an angel.
This fool said an angel for IG thoughts. I'm an angel for IG thoughts.
I really liked their nail,
still a
the
troll.
nail color. You know, I was appreciating the nail color in their
That's
half
so
naked
funny.
photo
On
you
the
know?
toes.
Hey,
Show.
can we talk about the spread of that one comment? So we're just gonna ignore the fact that I got a fat ass. You guys ever see that on people's posts?
Oh yeah.
Where
No,
like
I
random
never-
troll
That shit's
accounts.
trends, yeah. With
Yeah.
the-
You're just gonna ignore the fact that I have a fat ass, like in
That's
the
just
comments.
all people post.
no,
They
it's
just
chicks,
comment.
like I don't know, like Instagram, like the real Instagram thoughts. Like,
Yeah, to get you to go to their page. Like they'll comment on like
don't come on
fucking
my
World
page.
Star.
I'm not trying to jerk off, like shit
yeah.
like that. And I'm just like, what?
Like
I
the,
never go on it, but
like-
I see it gets likes and shit. You
like
know?
the I'm 14 and a rapper. I would love it if you
No.
check out my
No,
no, but
see,
like
that's
those
how-
that
no,
same
don't
that.
put those two things together.
oh, no,
But
I don't-
that,
I see
that
what he's
same
saying.
like
I know
yeah,
what
that
you're
same
saying.
like
I'm
I'm
attack
14 and I'm a
mode.
rapper and I'm trying to
Yeah.
make it. Yeah, I know what you're talking
I guess
about.
they're both putting out the same energy. I feel you.
Nah,
yeah.
I will say my
No, yeah.
favorite trend on the internet is where like all the girls be posting their thirst traps and then just people talking about like video games in the
Yeah,
comments.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
that's
just
so
completely ignoring
That is-
like
that
the.
is a genius.
I
Pivot.
love it.
Yo.
I love it. Just ignore the thoughts.
Yeah, the internet's crazy because they're like even like the creation of accounts called like IG police or comment police or whatever.
Or what's her at police?
What's her at police? Where you just like you don't even comment anything. You just tag the profile and it's like it says everything.
It's crazy that you could just find anyone. Like you could find like
That's why I don't fuck around.
you could just find.
I don't fuck around.
That's why I don't fuck around with
But
anything.
for real, you could find like if you could meet a girl
That's the sad
somewhere
sex
and you
quote.
go home and
That's why I don't
you
fuck
don't
around.
even give her your number, but she could find you. You know,
Yeah.
on Instagram, just through mutual friends, through the place you were at.
No, we're
through-
all private investigators at this point.
yeah.
Just-
We're all our shit is out in the open. It's crazy.
And you know it's crazy too, because like I feel like everyone's done this just for the like at 2 a.m. before they go to bed, they're like looking at like high school homies on Facebook, and then they're like, wait, they're dating who? And then you go on their shit and they're like, oh, they have a baby? And then you go on their shit, they're like, oh, they're still kicking it with, and then
Yeah.
you're like in a deep ass chain of just weird like weird people you used to fuck with.
I definitely way too often go back and look at all the girls from high school that weren't giving me any time and just laugh at how fat they got.
There you go.
Cool with that. That's so
Is that-
funny.
That's amazing.
I just like that
I
they're
think I
all
need
doing
therapy.
hair.
And they got kids.
Oh, they all have 3 kids. They all
No.
blued up.
Good
Hey,
for them.
Shout
They-
out us not having kids, by the way.
Shout out us
No
not having
kids.
kids. No kids that
I
we
think
know
about
of.
that at least once a day. Where I'm like,
Crazy.
hell yeah.
Shout out Seez not having any kids because the world
100%.
does not need that.
Nah, Caesar
Not
would
yet,
be
not
a
yet,
good.
not yet, not yet, not
Caesar
yet.
would be a food dad.
No, I do not need another Seez running around wearing gym shorts to strip clubs.
Could you
and
imagine Caesar's baby mama though?
Yeah.
Could you
Shoot,
imagine
torta,
Caesar's baby
straight
mama?
torta,
But the most,
Hey.
the feistiest one, extra flaming hot.
There
a
you go.
bud tender.
A
For
bu-
sure,
a
a
bud
bud
tender.
Oh,
tender.
man, don't do me like that.
For
He'd be lucky
sure
if it was a
bud-
bud tender.
For
like
sure,
that.
a bud tender.
Don't do me
She'd
like
be like,
that.
nah, a
Nah,
bud
your-
tender would be lucky.
Your baby
Don't do me
mama's
like
the
that.
bud tender who's got the baby like in the club, you know, under one arm, like pointing
Man,
it
you
up.
out here disrespecting me, fool. Don't be doing that.
You're out here just,
I won't
shout
tolerate
out
that
the
at
bud
all.
tenders.
nah.
Shout out all the bud tenders. Shout out all the tortas.
Yeah, they're getting their jobs done. Do what you got to do.
No, bud tenders are lit. That's definitely, no. Shout out to all the bud tenders.
That's
Yeah.
Ochoa's main MO right
Hey.
now.
Exactly.
Let's go. Bud tenders are
Oh,
fire. Shout out
shit.
bud tender culture.
You think are bud tenders not on the West Coast the same? Like, is it the same type of human that's a bud tender? Not
I don't think so.
Because
Because when I went to Oregon and when I went to Seattle, like their bud tenders had a little bit of a different vibe. I think making it legal and like putting the government behind it changes it up completely, because then it makes it more corner bakery. Like it makes it like Starbucks. Like the bud tenders here will for sure be like, what the fuck do you want, stupid?
It's like a cute little blonde girl opening her like
the
family-owned business in mason jars and.
No. The bud tenders down here, it's like, dude, I've been here for 15 hours. Like,
nah, I think about that a lot. Like, what are things that like exist in LA that aren't the same everywhere? You know what I mean? Like the bud tender. Like in LA, everyone knows like the bud tender type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a type.
Like the Food's Gone Wild shit. Everyone knows a food like that with the Dickie shorts down to his ankles and the white socks.
Who has $5 in quarters for bud.
Yeah, like everyone knows those types. And it's like, I wonder if people, that's why I say like this show's for Los Angeles. This show's for the West Coast. You know what I mean? Because
they know what we're talking about.
There's a lot of shit that we be talking about that I'm like, I wonder if anyone even knows what that is.
No, yeah.
Shout out food culture.
Working at a clinic is definitely funny. It's a good job. Clinics are the best jobs because straight up, everyone's in a good mood there. It's hard to be in a bad mood when you're picking up bud.
When you're just surrounded by weed.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, did you guys see Lil Nas X is like putting out a album? He's like previewing shit on Twitter.
I didn't see the album. I saw his like singles, and I saw him asking like a bunch like which single is the best.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah. Which is a fire idea. I don't know why people don't do that.
I had the same thought. I was like, yo, this is a fire ass idea.
It gets people excited. It lets the people choose so they don't get disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a couple songs coming out there.
No, he has a thread on Twitter. When you go to his Twitter page, it's like, here are the songs for the album. I'm going to update this so you can see. And then there's like probably 8 snippets in that thread. And he's like, I did this one here. Like one of them, he's like, I'm trying to get on the rock charts. This is my rock song. Let me know what y'all think. Like,
yeah.
And it's crazy. It's a fire ass idea.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to any.
A couple of them are cool. I didn't
listen to any of them.
I was just doing research for the podcast. I'm not listening to Lil Nas like
that.
I listen to shit because I want to know what he was doing.
Old Town Road is a slap, but outside of that, I'm not.
Panini.
Panini.
That's one of the tracks.
Oh, one of his new tracks called Panini?
It's pretty hard, yeah.
You would be a Lil Nas fan.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm an everyone fan. I just want to see this fool win and see how he turns his shit into like something. Because honestly, it's definitely not for us. It's for the kids. Like he's like 19 years old.
Oh, for sure.
It's for the kids.
It's for sure for the kids.
And like, yeah, for sure. I want to know what the fuck they're tapping into. What's, you know?
In 2019, I already decided I'm a hater unless it's from the West Coast.
True.
That's this guy.
That's it. I'm not rocking with no artists that aren't from the West Coast.
Nazi ass food.
West Coast Nazi ass food.
Nah, because like I said, there was like I said, when I was looking, there was no West Coast artists dropping. And the artists that are popping that are from the West Coast right now, with the exception of YG or Game or, you know, like people who've already cemented, you wouldn't even know they're West Coast. Like, Her is a West Coast artist. Her's from the Bay.
I didn't know that.
I don't think anyone knows that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there are quite a few, I can't even think off the top of my head, but there are quite a few pop-in artists that are from the West Coast that people don't even know or don't even realize because they don't carry themselves that way. They don't rep themselves that way. I feel like the West Coast got so cemented like during the gangster rap era that it's kind of like
there's a stereotypical sound.
Yeah, there's a stereotypical West Coast sound, and it's kind of like if you don't fit into that, you don't really claim West Coast. You don't. No. Lil Xan's from the West Coast. You know what I mean? He's from LA. He's from IE.
Unfortunately.
You know?
This fool. Well,
you not fucking with Lil Xan?
Fuck no. Who is that guy? He doesn't even know he's around. Like, I've seen the clips of him talking. He doesn't even know what he's doing. Oh, dude.
So
man.
funny.
Shout out Lil Xan.
Flylo dropped, though, speaking of West Coast artists. And that shit, I know Flylo is going to,
Coast,
I feel like he's going to open the shit up again.
Yeah,
because, like, the beat scene, like, Shlomo dropped, West Coast artist.
Yeah.
And his shit's definitely kind of, like, moving, I feel like, beats and, like, what producers think they're capable of. Flylo always does that shit. Flylo's crazy. But I feel like that's kind of exciting for me.
I was
For me.
I was gonna come in here and shit all over Flying Lotus.
No, you can't.
But,
You can't. I knew it. I was gearing up for it. That's why I had to get off my fly low encouragement.
I was gonna come in here
He's
and
the
shit
GOAT, bro.
all over Flying Lotus. No, I agree.
Industry
I agree.
is the
Nah,
goat.
nah,
Always
nah.
has to talk
No, I agree.
the hardest opinions.
Flying Lotus is great. The shit he contributes for everyone else's
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
never want to listen to his album. But
No, yeah.
I'm not gonna be a hater because he's
No,
from the
yeah.
West Coast.
Too late for
And-
that. Too late for
Nah,
that.
we rep it. I'm
No.
rocking with Fly
CBD
Low, West
mango ass
Coast.
food.
No, because I was thinking about this because I know that you kind of like we're gonna kind of like have that vibe with Flylo and shit or just like crazy beats like that.
Same
And
with Frank Ocean. I'm fucking with
No.
Frank Ocean now. West Coast.
Oh, okay.
Shout out Frank.
What's it called? No, because I totally get where people come from that side. Because I was on that side too, where I'm like, why would anybody get down to this? Like, what's the attraction to it? But then, like, I think for me, it's just so much like inspiration. It's like a raw rock of like creativity that you can chunk off any piece of it and kind of make your own. You know?
I mean, it's like, okay, if you're a writer and you write books,
Right.
and then one day you go and you just write a bunch of words and they don't make any sense and there's no story to the book. It's just a bunch of big ass words all put. I
Naked
don't want to
lunch.
read that.
No, yeah.
I don't want to read that.
Turn that into
No,
a
yeah.
SoundCloud
I don't
rap
want to
song,
read
though.
that.
No, yeah.
And that's how I feel about a lot of those guys. It's like they're so crazy talented, but when they get out of the confines of working with another artist,
Right.
it's just splatter on a page.
Right.
And I'm not. And
No, yeah, but some
But
people
no
are
hate.
tapped into
Shout
that
out
vibe.
Philo.
Some people like that's like the Hunter S. Thompson vibe, like fucking A Fear
don't
Loathing in Las
disrespect Philo,
Vegas.
man.
dog, you
Don't.
know I
Yeah.
don't read. I don't know what you're talking
All
about.
right, yeah. You brought up books, and I was like, you
Ocho's
want to talk
getting
about
in his
naked
book
lunch?
bag.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but for real, like, I think we all need to do a little bit better job of repping for the West Coast on some real shit. Because even like we've talked, part of the reason we started this is because Joe Budden, Ebro, all that is New York based, you know? And so we get put up on New York artists. We get put up on Atlanta just because Atlanta's having their little moment.
No.
We don't really know about West Coast shit. Even I was watching a bunch of like West Coast interviewers, like shout out Cruise Show, Big Boy. Like Big Boy's just, I love Big Boy, but he's he's past his prime. You know, someone needs to take the torch from Big Boy. LA Leakers, like I was watching all of those, and LA Leakers gives a lot of love to the West Coast. But besides that, it was like everyone else is talking about East Coast artists, talking about Atlanta artists, talking about shit going on in New York. Like, I really think that the West Coast needs to, there's so much dope music being made and so many poppin' artists. That's the crazy thing. There are so many artists in LA right now who have their own wave, are doing their own shit, and nobody's noticing. I was literally looking, you know that artist Malia? Have you heard of Malia?
Mm-hmm.
She's like a R&B, kind of like folky almost artist. She's got over 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. She's unsigned. No one's checking for her. You don't hear her name like in the conversation of the greater like hip hop R&B culture. No one really cares, and she's holding it down. She's killing it. There's this other fool I just got put on to, Dijon. Same shit. Over 500,000 monthly listeners, killing it. AZ Chike. I looked at AZ Chike's Spotify today. Hard, but I looked at Spotify. Over 500,000 monthly listeners on his shit. Like, there are people in LA who are killing it, and the world seems to kind of like be overlooking it right now.
You gotta play them though, Ben. You gotta play them.
Definitely.
Well, I feel like it's, like I said, because anything that like is West Coast or brands itself West Coast is like looked at as this one type of sound.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it just really takes, we need like a new West. You know, it's been a minute. I feel like the West Coast needs to kind of come together. We need everyone to start collaborating, start supporting each other, the radio stations to support, the blogs to support, everyone's on Atlanta's nutsack, like, which is dope. Atlanta's making dope ass music, but cool. Like, we need, like, LA's got to support LA.
We still definitely have like, or West Coast hip hop has like still a little bit of a stigma on it. I feel like I was just watching Greedo talk in an interview, and he was saying like when he pulled up to like Atlanta, they were making like fucking G-Funk beats for him and shit. He was like,
that's not what.
Yeah, exactly. That's not what I came for. Like,
was like crazy. I didn't even know Greedo was L.A.
Yeah.
The fact that I don't know that living here is crazy. You know every Atlanta artist, they're from Atlanta.
Mm.
Every New York artist, they're from New York. I feel like LA, we've kind of lost that. And I just personally want to see the West kind of thrive
Resurge.
again. Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I also did see this crazy article.
You just got to slap harder.
I mean, I don't know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. We have so many dope artists on the low that are just staying on the low. Dog, 500,000 monthly listeners.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. That's insane numbers, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's checking for them. The labels aren't calling, which honestly is a good thing. The labels could stay away. I feel like the LA was a gold mine, and too many miners like stripped all the nutrients from the soil. That was the labels. Yeah. The industry being here, they kind of, they messed shit up for a little while, signing all these young kids, not letting them just develop and do their thing. So I'm glad that the labels are staying out of it. But I think we need to like really support and look and highlight everything that's going on the West Coast, because there's so much dope shit.
I think it's crazy too, like with what you're saying, that you can exist as an artist with 500,000 monthly listeners at this point and still have like 6,000 followers.
Well, and then I guess
that's a crazy thing in and of itself. Like LA, or definitely we need to kind of like round up the culture and stuff and kind of like put a little bit more of a like clearer brand on the artists and stuff. That would definitely be cool, because I see what you're saying. But also it's just crazy to me that 500,000 listeners and like you're still super low key is like kind of a thing at this point.
But so it's like, then what matters, right?
Exactly.
Do we want 500,000 monthly listeners, or do we want 500,000 followers on Instagram? Because it's crazy, because they're in 2019,
listeners.
Those are two different things.
Listeners?
Those are two different things. You know what I mean?
And it's kind of crazy because they both have like
their ups and downs.
Yeah, exactly. Because 500,000.
You can make bread both ways.
But okay.
Like completely separate of each other.
No, it's crazy.
And but, Go
my
on.
bad. Do you think the 500,000 followers though translates to more opportunities for bucks though, as opposed to the streams?
I would have said so before this last week. This last week, me and him have been like trying to run just a little guerrilla marketing campaign for Keyel. Shout out Caleb Blackman.
Okay.
Another dope ass West Coast artist.
Look it up, Caleb Blackman.
It's crazy. We're hitting up these Instagram accounts that have like 500,000 followers. This free game right here.
Free game.
Makeup
There's
tutorials.
Too much game. Damn.
Makeup tutorials. Right. We're finding all these girls who do makeup tutorials on Instagram, 500,000 followers, and we're just asking them to play Kayla's song in the background of their video, right?
Has it been successful?
Successful.
Yeah, a girl posted this morning. She's got 500,000 followers. The video, like an hour after being posted, had like 30,000 plays. Kayla's song is in the back.
Don't steal our idea.
She wanted.
I'm not gonna lie, that you guys are saying some
free
gold.
game.
But that's the thing. I want everyone to have it, because I'm.
No, you can't hold that back. You can't hold that back.
And in a perfect world, it's creators create outside of the industry. Like I'm not necessarily anti-label, but I want to see a fully functioning, thriving ecosystem that's detached from the major players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want to see everyone succeed. So I have no problem giving out any game to anybody,
So a couple of those girls were playing the song.
They were playing the song, and it's crazy. The one girl had 500,000 followers on Instagram, and she wanted $40 for us to play for her to play the song.
Yeah.
And so a week ago, I would have said that you make bread with Instagram followers, but I don't think so.
Nah.
Yeah.
She wanted $40, and I told her no, and she said okay. Like, that's crazy. 500,000 Instagram followers, and you can't get $40 for a song.
Sad.
So that's why for me, I'm like, fuck the Instagram followers.
Yeah.
Give me, if I have 500,000 monthly listeners listening to my music, because then cool, I could still go out in public. People aren't yelling at me. I'm not like the center of all the gossip and tabloids, but people are listening to my music, which is what I want them to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
no, that's definitely
to
good
me
perspective.
To me, and like you were saying, I think it's beautiful that we're kind of getting to this place now where because the identities of artists became such a big thing that the music is almost separate, you know, which I'm sure
that's actually a crazy sentence right there. The identities of musicians have become separate from the music, and that's so facts.
It's crazy.
So facts.
It's crazy.
Damn.
And, you know, you see all these people who've created an identity that now are trying everything they can to convert the people following their identity onto their music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is crazy.
That is.
But I think it's a beautiful thing, too, because it opens up these artists like Malia, who she has 500,000 monthly listeners. She's chilling. You know what I mean? Yeah. She has like a show coming up in LA. I think it was like a 500,000 cap room. It looked like it was going to sell out. You know, like crazy. AZ Chike's touring all over, playing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's all that matters to me is if your listeners, the numbers of your listeners are up and you can play a live show and people are showing up.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's definitely the
Instagram
ideal
shit
situation.
It's cool, but I feel like a lot of those 500,000 followers on Instagram, how many of them are really paying attention to what you're doing?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Or just scrolling past you or whatever.
They just want to be there for whatever controversy you're in.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Salacious.
Or if you if you're looking bomb,
the shade room.
Double tap, you looking good, you know?
Yo, whoever runs the shade room, like, I hope you're ashamed of yourself. Whoever runs that account, like, I hope you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror and you go, damn, who the fuck have I become? Because that shit is toxic.
It's like National Enquirer type shit.
Yeah,
right?
that shit is
hip-hop.
toxic. Yeah. And we all know that the National Enquirer and all those tabloids, we all know what those are, but we somehow like have let the shade room exist and not branded it that. You know, we like just accept it as part of the culture. Like, nah, that is toxic. That's toxic ass, gossipy ass shit. And we need to get it the fuck out of here because it's permeating every aspect of the music we love, you know?
Definitely.
Trash.
No, that kind of shit is definitely trash. The internet, bro, the idea of like angering people and like trolling and shit has gone crazy overboard. Like,
shout out trolls though.
Trolls.
See, I'm so torn because they're trolls that are funny as hell.
And I'm sitting in between having a troll sandwich right now.
and not to mention that, but like you said, you're the type of person that just reads the headline and runs with it. Like that's literally 98% of people. They don't even do the research. It's just what it is.
Just on the trivial shit. Like shit that matters, I'll look into it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
But it's like, why am I even hearing about Coochie-Chella? Like, I don't want to know about that. You know what I mean?
True,
like,
but I mean,
I don't care to know about Coochie-Chella.
It's just
you know
drama.
what I mean? Like, why is that being pushed on me? You know?
Yeah.
Good drama.
But I think what it is it's exposing like how wild those festivals really are because it's the truth.
True.
Like you're out there for 3 days in the desert. You're young. You're taking drugs. You're partying. You're not really, you're wilding. You're living 1,000 miles per hour. If you fall into some shit,
get herpes.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
Herpes is like the best thing that could have been the headline. Because goddamn,
I didn't know what you were going. You just said herpes is like the best thing.
That could have been the headline of Coachella. Because goddamn, that shit's crazy. Yeah. Have you guys been? Cause I've been. I know you've been. Have you been?
Dude,
2 years.
I went 1 year and we
How
just
do more
partied.
people not die? I don't understand.
Don't people die?
Yeah, I think they do. I just think they get swept under the rug. Like, yo,
bro,
like, just take them off the back.
I'm sure people have died at Coachella.
No, I'm sure people have died, but it's crazy that the 11,000 herpes people was the headline instead of like I don't know how they do it, dude. Because bottles of water are like $6. Everyone's doing crazy drugs. It's hotter than you've ever been. Like the temperature there is hotter than any temperature most people have ever even been in.
I've disintegrated at Coachella. Let's just say that.
Dirt is in your lungs. Like for sure, there's like a fucking little bit of like this much dirt, like an inch worth of dirt in your lungs. Like after 3 days, I don't know.
And all for an Instagram.
I don't got the time for that.
Yeah.
All to let people know you're at Coachella.
No, yeah, definitely.
Man, fuck that.
But it's a good mix.
Nah,
of
the
the
lineup
music.
wasn't that tight this year.
It's cool.
You're not gonna get me with that one, Seez. That shit is trash.
It's a good mix, man. I'm not saying I'm buying a ticket. I wasn't there, but it's a good mix.
It's a decent party if you got like the fucking engine for it.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
So we're having a short podcast or show today, not a podcast. It's not
I think
a podcast.
so, man. I think that's a good thing because that nitro brew, I got like half left. Half of my face is paralyzed right now.
So now we're having a short show today, and our slot's still 2 hours today, and we're just gonna take some time to appreciate the West. We're just gonna bump all West Coast artists for the next hour. Woo. So shout out everyone on the West Coast. There's too many to name. But man, there's some great music being made in LA right now.
And in West Coast, I'm still riding for that fool.
And
like
in not Hollywood, in the other areas of LA. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we're trying to get back to the free game, stay away from the Cuchicella.
Yeah.
So in closing, I want to ask y'all one thing because I put it out on Instagram and I got some answers from some people, but like especially for Seez, because me and Ochoa, we work in the music industry. You as just a fan, like, how do you feel about the music industry? Like, what do you think of the music industry?
I mean,
or do you even think about it?
Yeah, I do. Every now and then, I still watch a bunch of interviews from The Breakfast Club and Hot 97 and everything in between that, from Nardwuar and all of the obscure shit. And I think the industry shit is like I could do without, but at the same time, it does have a big say in what happens on what gets out to the world and what people are listening to. I don't like the politics. I don't like the whole how people care about the numbers and all that other shit because that is industry shit. But it has to be done. It's a business, But I do like that the internet.
But do you care about that stuff as like a consumer?
No, not at all. Not at all. But because I hang out with you fools and like people that do music and that are trying to get into the industry or at least, figure out some type of lane in the industry, then yeah, like I get it. I get it's a business. No. And I understand more and more how it works every single time we hang out, every interview I watch. And it seems goddamn stressful, and it seems like fools. And it seems like and it does finesse a lot of fools. It's sad, man. And I do like that people are owning their own records. Like the masters on all that shit. Like that's cool, because I forgot, was it you that put out? Someone posted like how the money works for streams.
Oh yeah, the United Masters. Did you guys see that?
Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. That shit is so discouraging. For anybody, like you look at that shit, and if that's real, that shit is like
it is real.
It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting. But it's one of those things too that eventually I feel like it's gonna cause enough havoc where it's gonna wake up a lot of artists. Like 2 Chainz is already doing it. You see a lot of people owning their own records and putting that out to the world and telling these young fools signing contracts, being like, "Yo, lawyer up and figure out what you're signing, and you." Make the label work for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. It was interesting because, like I said,
if you are gonna sign to a label, because I feel like that's also some prehistoric shit too.
Yeah. It was interesting because I put this out on my Instagram and a handful of people responded, and everyone kind of had the same sentiment. And these are all just people who are just fans of music. They don't work in the industry at all. Everyone was kind of just like, it's whatever. Like. There's lots of good music out there if you have the time to dig, but there's too much gatekeeping. I heard that multiple times. There are multiple different people who are like, there's a lot of good music if you have the time to dig, but there's so much curation and gatekeeping, it's hard to find the dope shit.
I agree with that.
Right.
I agree with that. It sucks, but I mean, if you love music, then you'll
dig.
Digging,
True. Yeah. And that's the thing. Digging is like part of the fun.
It's part of it, for sure.
That's part of the fun. Yeah.
You can't deny the digging. That's still like one of my favorite parts. One of the most worrisome things for me is like my favorite artist is out there and I haven't heard him. Yeah. My favorite song has been made and I don't know what it is, And that's definitely part of it.
Word. Well, we getting out of here. It's the free game show. Yeah. We're going to play just a bunch of West Coast records. Shout out to all the creatives out there listening. Don't sign to a label.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Partner. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He was a big advocate for owning your own shit, partnering with people to help you, take it to the next level. Own your shit. If you're not.
Hey, so is fake streams fake news or is that a?
It's fake. It's just all fake.
It's a real thing. It's a real fake thing.
Yeah.
Yo, the thing is, if you're not popping enough to partner with a label, don't sign. You have no reason to sign. You're not popping. Get popping. Find ways. The Instagram hair tutorials, whatever. Like, find ways to get your music out. Get popping and partner. Own your shit. And
you heard it from industry plant himself.
Stupid. I wish. Shit. I'd have more money. Free game show. Free game show. West Coast Wednesday on a Friday. This is Schoolboy Q Gang Gang.
There you go.
Been poppin', hood legend, chef order, weight curl it,